Welcome to another edition of No Holds Barred. I'm Rich Roth, and today's show a little bit different than some of the others because it's not just one guest today. We're going to have multiple guests, and we're talking a lot about the ever-changing world that we live in, and our guests today are going to talk about things changing in their industries that could have an impact on you, us, and our lives. And we're going to kick it off by welcoming back to the show Charley Butcher of the University of Lynchburg. I had a great conversation with you over the summer last year about AI and the way it can be used. And I think more and more people are utilizing it for a whole bunch of different things. And I know you've worked closely with us and really helped us transition to from Microsoft to Google, and that's had a lot of great advantages, but also incorporating different parts of AI into our business just to make life easier. And you were just telling me earlier that it just keeps changing.
Absolutely. I feel like everything I told you last time isn't relevant anymore because we've really moved so quickly past where we were. And I mean, things are just changing. Like one of the biggest things Google's done in the last few months is they bought a company called Nano Banana. Of course, I want to call it Bananarama all the time because I'm an 80s kid. But it's image creation, and you can take images and animate them and do all kinds of stuff. I'm working with our dining hall people to do some really cool things to put up on the screens when our students are eating with our manager and our head chef, and it's going to be really fun stuff. And it allows people to do things that normally wouldn't have that skill set.
I know one of the big concerns for a lot of folks is it taking the job of regular people, and obviously that's going to happen to a degree, but you talked about it last time, and I assume that your feelings are still the same, that it's going to take some jobs away, it's going to create other jobs. So there's going to be the opportunity to really learn, and you talked about this at great length, how to use AI, and that's such a big part of where we're headed, that people really had better learn to use it.
Absolutely. I say in almost every one of my talks, presentations, even just discussions with friends, AI is not taking jobs. People with AI skills are taking people's jobs. Because with AI, you can do maybe 1.5 or 2 jobs with the increased efficiency.
Where does it end?
I'm not sure it does end. I mean, there's so many cool things coming out. Like one of the things is they're working right now to translate animal noises into English. I know it sounds a little crazy, but if you look at the history of our cinema and all that stuff, we've been obsessed with this idea. Planet of the Apes, Up with the dog, Dr. Dolittle, all those kinds of. We've been obsessed with this. I can't tell you how many times my wife has said, "Man, I wish I knew what my dog was talking about."
Right.
And so there's been some research into this, and they're starting to use AI, and they're looking at when like a human says a word, different synapses firing in the brain, and they're then comparing that to the same kind of synapses. They started with primates, because they're the most similar, and they can compare the synapse firing to say, all right, when this happens, this is the word that's supposed to be coming out.
So wait, let me get this right. You're going to be able to use, or maybe you can already, I don't know where in the process it is, but using AI to listen to the sounds that animals make, and it will translate them into English?
English, yes. So what we've started with, or not we, I'm not a part of this.
Okay.
I just have seen and read about this. They started with primates, but they really want to get to the cats and dogs because that's what most people want, and they think that's how they can sell the app. So it'll basically be an app on your phone that you'll have to calibrate, and it's crazy calibration where you've got to get the pet to sit and do certain things before you can really be 100% effective. But then once you get the app calibrated, they say that it'll translate whatever they say into English. I saw a demo, and it had a dog looking out a window growling, and it was I think it translated into something like, "Do you see that squirrel out there? It's on my territory. I need you to let me out." So
that sounds about right.
I know. So it's really, really neat. But the science behind it is fascinating with the neural synapses in your brain.
All right. So you said they started on they started, using it on primates because they're most similar to us, and that makes sense. But I can see where people would want to use it on dogs and cats, and then just all kinds of other animals.
What they're finding
where
is
are we at?
they're finding that the brain patterns work in such similar ways with the way synapses. Now, dogs don't have quite the vocabulary that we have because their brains aren't as big. So there's different things that can be held in those brains is what they're finding. But the neural synapses still work in the same ways. And the networks that they're building, they're called neural networks, where computers are learning and teaching each other, and they're really able to analyze this data where we would never be able to do that.
Cats, dogs, birds?
In theory, yes.
Fish?
Yeah. Well, interesting you should bring that up, because one of the researchers said that the toughest one is a goldfish because the synapses fire so quickly and then it's gone. You've heard the old thing, a goldfish forgets in 10 seconds. It's really kind of true with the way there's synapses in the tiny brain.
Well, also, do fish make sounds?
Well, maybe not sounds, but when the synapses are firing, they can still compare.
Okay, so it's not actually tracking the sounds.
Well, the sounds are coming out from the product of the neural synapses. So, have you ever heard the song, What Does a Fox Say? Mm-hmm. So what does the fish say? Glub, 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 right? Mm-hmm. That's so those are the kinds of things that they can monitor, because it will cause the vibrations in the water. Does that make sense?
So so it's not just sounds,
right?
Although I guess it would be the sounds.
A vibration is a sound. So
wow, that's wild.
It's the directions that AI is going is absolutely wild.
And so where is this now? Obviously it's being used in some places. How long before do you think it's available for?
Well, it recently just moved from alpha to beta.
Okay.
So beta testing means there's a handful of users out there. When I say handful, we're talking hundreds of thousands, but it's not really out there for the masses yet. Once it comes out of beta, I would bet it'll be in the App Store probably, I would say, fourth quarter of this year. So October through December would be my guess.
Wow. What a great Christmas gift.
Absolutely.
Then you could find out that, little Spot really doesn't love you as much as you think he loves you.
I think we're going to find the opposite. Those tail wags are still not going to go away. So,
man, that's wild stuff.
Yeah, I think it's going to be like, why were you gone so long, Dad?
Right.
You went outside to take out the trash and you've been gone for 30 seconds, but it's my whole life.
Right. It feels like forever.
But I think those are the kinds of things that we're going to find out.
Oh, man. Technology, it just keeps rolling.
Absolutely.
Charley, a pleasure. Thank you much.
Absolutely. I always love coming and hanging out with you.
My next guest is WB Bass of Sod Farm. And keeping with the theme, we're going to talk with WB about a new variety of grass that they're going to be rolling out, no pun intended, coming out later on this summer or early fall. WB, welcome to No Holds Barred.
Thank you. Good to be here.
We're talking about different things that are changing, and you're sitting there thinking to yourself, like, I couldn't believe it when I saw it, but, what could be new with grass? And obviously there are new varieties and strains and all different kind of things. But for the most part, you guys stick to three different types of grass that you sell, at least for now.
Yeah, for now.
We'll talk about what's coming in a second.
We've got Fescue, Bermuda grass, and zoysia, with Zeon zoysia grass. The Bermuda and zoysia are obviously the warm season. It's stay green all summer and look beautiful through the summer, but they do go dormant in the winter. The Fescue stays pretty much green year round. That's the biggest seller in this area. It's a little bit cool in this area for the Bermuda grasses and zoysia, but they are beautiful through the summer.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like you said, soft and plush, but all the sod really is, and and you guys stay awfully busy, especially this time of year, right? Spring and fall are your main seasons.
Correct. Yeah. Everybody's coming out from the wintertime, want to do something in the yard in the spring, and then trying to get everything in in the fall before winter hits again. So
Yeah, I know. I mean, spring makes a lot of sense, right? Because now people are walking out to their yard and they're thinking to themselves, man, I really need to do something. So, this is the time of year where I think most people are thinking about it. But the fall, the reason for that is the weather's just perfect for laying it and growing it and establishing it, right?
correct. Yeah, for the fescue, the best time to install that is in the fall, but that gives it the whole winter for the roots and all to grow in. And by the time June, July gets here and it gets hot and dry, the roots are really established by then, and it can take some more of the heat and the drought.
Tell me a little bit about your farm. I know it was, regionally and nationally recognized just a year or so ago. You and Alan had made the decision to start growing sod there as well a number of years ago. Talk a little bit about how all that evolved.
Yeah, we was talking about the nationally recognized. That was my father that won the Farmer of the Year a couple of years ago for the state of Virginia and got to go to the, I guess would be the Eastern Regionals. I guess that was maybe 3 years ago. But anyway, we used to raise tobacco and beef cows and got out of tobacco and started a sod in '05 and got rid of the cows and started growing soybeans. So now we've transitioned everything from cattle and tobacco to sod and soybeans.
And with the sod, did you start out offering all three different types of grass, or did you start out with one in particular?
No, we started out with the fescue, which I said, like I said, is the main seller for this area. But we saw a niche for Bermuda and zoysia as well. So those came, I guess, 5 or 6 years later, so after we got established.
And the fescue, that's what most people have. That's what you've kind of been talking about. And, it's green all year long. It doesn't grow as much, kind of goes somewhat dormant in the winter, but, green all year long. And again, what most people have. So, you started the zoysia and the Bermuda as well. Those are a little bit different types, but you do deal with both contractors and landscapers as well as residential projects as well.
We'll sell to anyone. Just give Michelle a call, 434-219-2277, and she can fix you up.
There's and this is one of the things that, that we definitely wanted to talk about. Because, you were telling me this just recently and, it blew me away. It really did. And I don't know why, because things continuously change in our world, with AI and all the different stuff that's going on. It's like, wow, that's really a thing now. But you were telling me about this new variation of grass. It sounded amazing to me. Can you kind of describe it a little bit?
Yeah, we've got some of it planted. It's only in the fescue as of now. We don't have it in the warm seasons yet, but you can buy the seed we buy the seed to plant that only grows. You don't have to have a lawnmower anymore.
What?
You can buy the seed to how high you want the grass to grow. So if you want it to grow 1 inch tall, you buy 1 inch seed. If you want it 3 inches tall, you buy the 3-inch seed. And we've got the sod coming for that. It's not going to be ready for probably end of the summer before it'll be ready, but
so grass that doesn't grow, but it's live.
It's alive, but it doesn't grow but to a certain height.
And if you do the sod, it's already at that height. So
once you get it, you'll never need a lawnmower again.
I know plenty of people.
And we don't either. That's what I love about it. Once it grows, we don't have to mow it either.
So you said you've just planted it, and it could be ready later this summer, so in the fall.
We planted in the fall, and it should be ready by this fall.
Okay, so do you have, and you talked about you could pick different heights that people would want. Where do you think most people will land on this?
Well, like I said, it's only for the fescue right at the moment, and
as far as height, I mean,
usually that runs around the 3-inch height range on the fescue. Your zoysia and Bermuda, you would run it down to maybe 1 inch. But that's that's in the works for the future, and not right at the moment.
So, well, but fescue is what most people have, right? Especially around their homes. The zoysia and the Bermuda, we see a lot of golf courses and ball fields and things like that. So, for people's homes, they would have this. And which specific heights are you guys growing right now for this?
Right now, we're just going to try the 3-inch height. We're hoping for by next year maybe they'll have it for the Bermuda and zoysia, and we can get that at the 1-inch height. And I know golf courses and stuff are going to really love that.
Yeah, no kidding.
Can you imagine them not having to mow?
No, man, no kidding. I'm just imagining myself not having to mow. That's what I'm all about. What about care for this lawn? I mean, I know normally, people will either have services come out or they're doing pre-emergence and weed killers and fertilizers. Still going to need to do all that to keep it healthy? You
still need to do that, but it does have I don't know how to explain it, but somehow or another it takes the dew and pulls it into the plant, so you don't have to irrigate it either.
Really?
As much. It's still going to take a little bit, maybe.
Oh, wow.
But to get it established. But once then you don't have to irrigate it and you don't have to mow it.
So, I know what a lot of people love about summers here in Virginia is sometimes it gets so hot and dry that their grass doesn't grow, so they don't have to mow it, but it kind of turns like brown.
Brown, right.
So you're telling me...
This is pulling the moisture out of the air.
So you don't have to water it. You're not going to have...
Don't have to mow it.
Brown, dry grass in dry spells in the summer.
Yep.
And you don't have to mow it.
Yep. Can't wait.
I can't wait. You're going to sell a lot of this.
That's right.
Is there a downside?
I haven't found one yet. It's not going to be good for the lawnmower business. I don't think.
It's not. I'd say that's probably very true. Pets, peeing brown spots. What do you do then? Do you just get more sod or seed, or how does that work?
Usually, you shouldn't have any trouble with that. You could resod it, reseed it. Just have to make sure you get the right height seed.
But that stuff will still affect the grass.
Yes, it's not
dog proof.
Not dog proof yet. Maybe they'll get that one of these days.
I'm sure they will. That's got to be what they're working on.
You would think if they could get the height right, maybe they could have the pets.
One step at a time. This is incredible.
Right. Yep.
This is incredible. Yeah, lots of people have to be very excited about this. And if folks are interested, should they call Michelle?
Oh yeah, definitely give her a call. 434-219-BASS 2277.
2277, or visit them on the web, sodfarm.com. The grass that's green all year long, that you don't need to water and you don't need to mow.
No mow grass.
No mow. I love that. Is that the unofficial name? That's not the real name.
I just came up with that.
No mow grass.
No mow grass.
I love it. WB, a pleasure. Thank you much.
Thank you.
Up next on No Holds Barred, we're going to shift gears a little bit and talk about a change that could affect many of us, especially folks who live in the Boonesboro area and love to eat at Milano's restaurant. This isn't necessarily technology that's changing, but we're joined by Jason Arbusto, chef and owner of Milano's Italian Ristorante and Enoteca. Did I get that right?
That is correct. Yes.
So, first of all, thank you for all you do. Love all our meals at Milano's. I mean, it's fantastic, but you've got some news.
Yes. Milano's has been a staple for 40 years in Lynchburg, and I think it's time for a little change, actually.
What do you have in mind?
Well, I mean, I've been thinking about it for a while, and I decided to take a trip to India.
Okay.
Just to explore what they have over there.
Now you've done that quite a bit, right? I mean, you've traveled all over the world, studied with all different types of chefs, all different types of foods, and I don't know what the right term is, disciplines or whatever, but I mean, you're world traveled. You've dabbled in a whole bunch of different things, so this is pretty normal for you.
Yeah, it's culinary exploration or research and development. I take a lot of trips like that all over the place. this time I really wanted to go to India. And on the flight over there, I met a shaman who was sitting next to me. And he invited me to, spend a couple days with him in the.
How do you get talking to a shaman?
I mean, he just had some really cool looking clothes on, and
that was it for you.
And I just sparked up a conversation. Yeah, I don't know. I could try and become the mayor anywhere I am, just talking to anybody. And he seemed to be a very cool guy. And
so you're on a plane to India, talking to a shaman, and
we just sparked up a conversation. And he said, come spend a couple days with me up in the hills at this temple. And I was like, sure. I mean, I like to go with the flow. So I met up with him and took this long ride up to this temple in the hills, and we sat and chatted for a while. And
now in India, cows are sacred.
That's right.
Right. And
that's right.
Obviously, beef is a big part of what you guys do. And so does that have something to do with it?
Yeah, I mean, the whole time I was there, he was vegetarian. I was eating all vegetarian food, and I just thought, you know what? Maybe I should stop eating animals. Maybe I should start eating vegetarian, go with this whole flow of things. So I decided to, change it up a little bit. So
that's a pretty big decision, though.
It is, but being there and being in the whole environment and seeing the cows and with the shaman, it just kind of like had this vibe. So I was like, we're going to change it up. We're going to change it up. We're going to change Milanos. We're going to take the O and the S off of Milanos and turn it into Milan.
Are you changing the menu too?
We're changing everything. We're changing the menu. We're going complete Indian vegetarian food. There will be a small section of chef specials that'll be completely vegan, but it'll also be alpha-gal friendly, and it'll be, go with the whole dietary theme of everything that's going on now. But the spices and the richness, I think it's going to work.
Jason, this seems a little radical. You talk about all the R&D, and now you take a trip to India, and you just decide I'm changing everything.
You know what? It was a spiritual voyage for me, and I just ran with it, and I'm hoping that people are going to embrace it.
So what type of food will you be serving? I mean, you said Indian. I'm not super familiar with Indian food. What are some of the things people can look forward to?
Lots of vegetables, lots of spices, but not so spicy. You can get it kicked up if you like. Lentils and beans and potatoes and kind of like stewy kind of things. Also, there's like a lot of like just kind of raw vegetable dishes that can be adapted to the style of Indian food. So I'm pretty excited. I'm pretty excited.
How about I know your wine selection is a big part of what you guys do over at Milano's, soon to be Milan, you said?
Milan.
Is the wine selection still going to be a big part of it?
No, it's going to be a tea selection. We're going to do teas. Yes, we're going to sell tea. There's so many different types of teas in India. I mean, it is so amazing.
And you think this is going to work here?
Yeah, I mean, I think that the whole trend, health and wellness, that, people are going to really like this vegetarian and tea-infused dishes and or cocktails, mocktails actually. We won't be serving any alcohol anymore.
No alcohol.
No alcohol, and no milk.
Wow.
Yes.
That seems pretty dramatic.
It's going to be, but I mean, I think it's something that's going to work. I'm excited about it.
You are.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Well, there you go. Jason Arbusto from Milano's, soon to be Milan's, serving vegan Indian food.
Yes.
Because of your trip to the shamans.
Yes. I used this new technology, actually, that I got from Charley. He let me beta test his AI system where you could talk to animals.
We just heard about that from him a little while ago.
Yeah, I used it when I was over there. He let me borrow the beta testing of it. And when I talked to the cows, basically they said, eat more vegetables.
So Chick-fil-A's gotten it wrong. It's not eat more chicken, it's eat more vegetables.
Just wait. Chick-fil-A will be changing it over soon, I promise.
Did you talk to the chickens? What did they say?
Nope, I didn't talk to any chickens, just the cows.
Just the cows?
Just the cows.
Okay. So when does this all go into effect, Jason? How quickly are you looking to flip things over?
Well, I mean, the hardest part's going to be doing all the branding changes, so that'll take a little while, but it'll probably be at the end of the month. So you have a month to come back and get all of the Milano's classics that you've had before. And with the branding, our new name it'll go from Milano's Enoteca and Italian Ristorante to Milan, Mumbai-style vegetarian flair.
Well, Jason, that's big news, and congratulations. I know you're awfully excited about that. Thanks for dropping by No Holds Barred and sharing that news with us. My next guest, you know and love as the Law Dog, Rich Gilman. And as many of you know, as all of us should know, we have a new governor, and that means new laws. And Rich has gotten word about another new law that's on the governor's desk, waiting for her signature, which will impact many of us who own pets. The Law Dog is here, Rich Gilman. Hi, Rich.
Hey, how are you?
Good. How are you?
Good.
So there's all kinds of crazy bills and laws and things that we're hearing about coming out of Richmond. And the latest one is an animal rights bill.
It is. We are joining California in how they're doing things. So what is fascinating about this is Senate Bill 417 or 1417 anyway. It is giving rights to pets.
To what degree?
Pets, it's absolutely crazy. I mean, with everything else going on in Richmond, you can never or no longer consider an animal as property, which has been traditionally the way that animals have always been treated.
Right, like you buy a dog, you own a dog. It's your property.
No, not any longer.
So can I buy it? Or is that make it a slave?
That's a good question. The problem is with this bill, when you go into the pet stop or pet store to buy a dog or a cat, I think you almost have to get consent from the animal to. I mean, it's that ridiculous. But no, as far as I understand, you can still buy, which makes it pet trafficking. They're not really thinking this through.
Well, if you buy and sell them, right? Trafficking, slaves, right? Whatever.
Yeah. I mean, ultimately, that's it. I mean, look, go back to slavery. I mean, families were divided. They were sold off, that sort of thing. We're doing that with Chihuahuas now.
Well, all right, Rich, so slow down.
Okay.
In all seriousness, though, this new bill, does this have anything to do with the tax on what is it, dog walking or something like that? I mean, are these related at all?
They're not. There's not been really that much thought about how these bills are being thrown onto the governor's desk, and this bill is sitting on the governor's desk for to sign.
So what's the impact here? Is this just going to impact, people who already own pets? Is it certain pets? Is it all pets? Is it gerbils? Is it mice? Is it cows?
From what I understand is this will have ramifications where a dog, cat, bird, gerbil will not, I think you're going to actually be charged with potentially criminal charges if you mistreat an animal. There's some concern when you read the bill that even keeping them within a crate or keeping them within a backyard, fenced-in backyard, is a type of imprisonment.
No way. I envision problems for travel. Like you fly on a plane and pets typically go in crates.
Yeah, I don't know how it will go outside when you move or travel outside Virginia.
Oh, because this is just a Virginia law.
Yeah, but it would be kind of interesting. Are you going to have to buy a pet or or better yet, what about the turkeys and the chickens that they haul on these semis?
Ooh.
Yeah, I think the accommodations are going to have to be a little bit more luxurious than cramming 5 or 6 into a crate.
You know what that sounds like? That's going to drive up the price of chicken. More inflation coming our way.
And then you're going to probably have pet therapists out there.
Are they pets or food, though, the chickens?
Well, I think under this bill that
they're animals. It's just all animals.
I think so.
Okay.
So
what about a sick fish if you flush it down the toilet? Is that the level to what this might go to?
I think you have to take it to the vet just to be safe. If you carry it over there and flush it, who's going to know? Of course, where's, Nemo?
Right.
So yeah, it's bizarre. They have also carved out in this bill where it is okay for a pet owner to choose to do a sexual reassignment with their pet.
I know sometimes you have a claim on a litter of puppies. You never know what you're going to get.
Correct.
Right. And this actually happened to me where we wanted a male dog, but, where we were in the pecking order, there were no male dogs left. So we got a female. So you're saying I could take that female dog and convert it and then I'd have a male?
Yes. Yeah. I mean, I think that certain vets will be specialists doing this, but yeah, I think that that's what's going to possibly happen here.
So these animal rights, right? I mean, I guess we're still fleshing out the details here, right?
Yeah, I mean,
like what animals, like is a fish technically a pet so we're still fleshing some of that stuff out. But I mean, how far does this go? Does this go to someone's getting a divorce and there are visitation rights?
Yes, absolutely. That is one of the issues that's going to happen is if you and I are married, which is, that's possible. But if you and I are married, theoretically, yes, we're going to have custody issues and support. I think that this bill will give pet support. So you'll now have marital support, child support, and fluffy support.
I mean, how far are we going to go with this? Does the dog get the opportunity to choose who it lives with?
Yeah, I think so.
So, like, if you have treats in your pocket, it goes running over to you.
I mean, that's how child custody and visitation is handled. Is you
with treats in the pocket?
Yeah, I mean, I think a lot of parents actually try to do that, but yeah, I think that that's possible. So the key is you want to start swaying your pet before you get divorced. So if you want them to live with you, if not alienate them. It's absolutely interesting.
Interesting is one word. Insane is another.
Well, I wouldn't call it insane. I would just say that it gives pets more flexibility of who they are as individuals.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I guess they need that.
They do. I mean, the question is are you going to be able to carry your pet into Walmart? Or, it's just, are we going to actually put in a special division within the police that's going to be policing pet crimes?
What kind of pet crimes could you envision? Like keeping it in your fenced-in backyard?
Yeah. I mean, that's imprisonment. Why not? Someone knock on your door.
I would think that would be okay, though. I mean, I could see if you've got it, chained up, like, in a doghouse or in a tiny little crate or something like that. But if you've got a nice fenced-in yard, like I have an invisible fence, would that count too?
Yeah, it's intervening with their personhood. I mean, your wife would not put a collar around you and say, go in the backyard. I mean, this ultimately is looking at personhood for animals.
When does this potentially go into effect? And is there anything we can do to stop it?
No, it's sitting on the governor's desk. The truth is if you, any bills that aren't signed by the governor, which I think she's really enthusiastic about signing this one. She's a pet lover.
And they need their rights.
Yeah, rights, personhood.
I've always heard that they're really members of the family, but
now they are.
Now they really are.
Yeah.
So we just wait and see what happens?
Well, I think this is somewhat
there some period of grandfathering in, or?
No, it's July 1st is when it goes into.
So if this goes into effect July 1st, people need to get rid of their fences and their crates for animals.
Well, I'm not sure how this is going to be enforced, but I'm expecting some sheriffs, like a gun-free zone and all this, are going to be setting up pet frees. That you won't be able to. You're not coming into my jurisdiction and enforcing. So, I mean, it affects the law dog. I mean, ultimately, I was thinking about actually becoming a pet attorney.
You were?
Yeah. I think this could be profitable,
Any specific type of pet or breed?
No, I don't discriminate.
You don't?
No, which puts me further ahead than most lawyers in my field.
Okay. All right. Well, there you have it. What was it? 1714, you said?
1714.
Senate Bill 1714.
No, it's 1417.
1417, the Animal Rights Bill. And it's going to change the way we deal with our pets if Governor Spanberger passes it, according to the law dog. My final guest on this special edition of No Holds Barred is Ryan Gordon of Blue Ridge Scientific, where they do all kinds of testing, drug testing, different lab testing, testosterone testing, you name it, they do it. And in the spirit of AI, in the spirit of technology changing things, we're going to talk with Ryan about a new test that they will be rolling out here later on this year. Ryan Gordon of Blue Ridge Scientific joins me now. What's going on, Ryan? How are you?
Living the dream, buddy.
Yeah.
Good to see you.
Good to see you too.
Appreciate you having me.
Good to see you too. You guys, keep coming up with new and innovative things over at Blue Ridge Scientific, all kinds of different testing and screenings and, working with employers and even doing stuff for people individually, right? Just some of the different labs that you can run for folks to let them know how they're doing health-wise.
Yeah, it's exciting times right now. The medical field is changing so fast, and we're trying to stay on the cutting edge.
Drug testing is a big part of what you do, and that's kind of the main reason that you're here today, because you guys have I'll let you describe it. Tell me what you've got.
Yeah, so pretty exciting times. We've really kind of embraced the whole AI functionality, whether it be just writing emails or, creating lists or, a lot of different things. But we're also trying to take it to the next level with the actual drug testing process itself. And so we've been working with some different companies, like, I don't know if you want to call them inventors or whatever. We've got a couple of patents going, but we're going to be rolling out probably late third quarter, an AI attended drug testing booth.
A booth?
A booth. Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Okay.
Not that we're trying to eliminate people, but this is a pretty exciting time for us.
I'm intrigued. What is it about the drug screening process now and the drug testing process now that needs improvement?
Well, I think that there's always, the temptation for people to cheat. So that's a big part of what we deal with. So we have a number of different ways that I won't divulge that we can use to try to stop people from cheating. But
what are some ways people cheat?
Oh, they sneak stuff in. They'll sneak a sample in. They sell samples. At the different shops, vape shops, and different places like that will sell like a, fake urine that you can use. It's got a hand warmer and all this stuff that you can use to try to bring in. But those are not foolproof. And we catch a lot of those. So, but that's what we're trying to avoid. And that's what this booth would do. It would really help. Might be a little on the invasive side, but it's really going to help detect whether or not people are trying to cheat.
All right. So you're trying to catch cheaters on drug tests.
Yes.
I guess people will cheat on all kinds of tests.
Yes, they will. Yes, they will.
But drug tests especially, and I can understand why. But with the laws changing in Virginia, don't know quite what they are now, don't know what they're changing to. I don't know if anyone does. But things are changing, and it's still going to, if it's legal, why do people need to test?
Well, the only thing legal is going to be recreational marijuana. Right now, in Virginia, it's already legal. We're looking at retail legal marijuana. So people, like I joke around all the time, it's like if you see all the vape shops, now those are all going to be pot shops because that's what's coming. Is they're trying to keep the big businesses out. All the regulations and stuff are going to keep the big businesses out and welcome in all of the small businesses. So you're going to see a lot of those pot shops popping up in the later part of this year as marijuana becomes available retail.
Okay, so you're not talking specifically about marijuana testing.
No, we're talking more about the hard drugs.
Okay.
Really the hard drugs. I mean marijuana too, because it's still about 60%, 70% of businesses still don't allow it. And federally it's still not legal, and it's not going to be legal, even if it's reclassified. As you kind of hear a little bit about that in the news. Even once it's reclassified, it's still not going to be legal.
So
federally.
Even if it's legal to use it recreationally in Virginia, companies can still ban it.
Yes,
really,
especially for safety sensitive jobs. Yeah.
Well, I get people not using it while they're on the job or whatever, but someone's at home on their own time, and a company can still say no, even though it's legal.
That's correct.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think most people are wake and bake anyway. Most marijuana users are wake and bake, and it's a daily thing. So, So that is one thing that makes it different than drinking. So there's always that argument. It's like, oh, it's just as it's better for you than drinking, and da 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 da. I'm like, they're both terrible, whatever. But I do find that people, might just drink on the weekends. People don't just use weed on the weekends; they use it every day.
Yeah, okay,
so,
gotcha.
there's that thing. So that's what I think this booth is so exciting.
Okay, all right. So describe it. You said it might be a little invasive.
A little bit. So the way it's going to work is it's going to be about the size, if you can remember, like the old school phone booths.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, or maybe a little bigger, maybe similar to maybe like the half size of a changing room. The way this is going to work is there's going to be an AI attendant that watches you. So it's like a full frontal view of the man using the bathroom. If it's a woman, it's on the other side. So you're going to see a full frontal view, so they can fully detect if people are substituting.
Okay, wait a second. So when you say full frontal, people have to get undressed totally naked?
Well, I wouldn't call it totally naked, but pretty much, yeah.
Well.
Yeah, but nobody can see in though, Rich. It'll be perfectly. It's going to be fine.
Okay, what's pretty much mean?
Well, I mean, we have to see you pee, basically. So if that means just pants off, then pants off.
Okay.
You don't have to disrobe if you're a woman, so you don't have to take off your top and all of that. But pants off, for men and pants off for women, so you get a full frontal view. I mean, but it's gonna, the booth will be. You can't see inside from outside. Mm-hmm. It's just you and the AI attendant. Her name is Ava.
Do people have the option of having a male or female based on what they're more comfortable with?
Yes, they do.
Is the male named Ava too?
No, the male is David. His name is David.
I'll be whoever you want me to be.
I mean, maybe we have that option. Maybe we'll throw that in
What would
there.
you like the attendant to look like?
That's right. Give them an option. I didn't think about that. I can go back to the drawing board.
Go back to the drawing board.
Yeah.
So, okay. So you said it's about the size, a little bit bigger than a phone booth. I would think it'd be pretty tough to get undressed in a phone booth.
Yeah, but we're going to make it easy. It'll be big enough. So I said about half the size of so maybe it's like a phone booth and a half.
Okay.
So it'll be easy. We're going to make it easy for you to get naked in there.
You don't have to get undressed. You just have
Right.
to pee.
You just have to pee. And the attendant has to be able to see you pee.
Is there like a toilet in there?
Yeah, there's a toilet.
okay.
Self-cleaning.
Self-cleaning?
It's a self-cleaning toilet.
Wow.
Yeah, there's 3 different modes. You've got the empty, so it's a green light. You got occupied, red light, because you can't see in. And then you have the blue lights cleaning. So it'll clean up after every person.
I'm trying to think of the downside. What's the downside? Have you gotten any? Is this
nudity?
Up and running?
Nudity is probably the only.
Well,
having to get naked.
If you're talking about just having to go into use the restroom and pee, I mean, people are doing that anyway for drug testing.
Yeah, they are, but nobody's in there with them, whether it's an AI attendant or anybody else. So that's the only maybe controversial part.
Now,
it's a little invasive.
I know there are people who, and I don't know the technical term for it, but they're a little shy.
Pee shy.
Right. Is that the word?
Pee shy.
There may be an actual term. I don't know.
Well, we call it in the biz, we call it shy bladder.
Shy bladder.
Shy
Okay. Does that become a bigger issue if someone's in there with you?
It could.
Ava?
It could. As long as she's not talking. She starts out giving you the instructions, and she tells you, hey, here you can pick from this cup and that cup, and has a little compartment that opens up and gives you the options that you can take one, and then you put it back in there when you're done, and it seals it and gets it ready for the lab.
And you said the purpose of the AI bot, Ava, or was it David?
Yeah, David is the male.
Ava or David, the purpose of the being in there is to watch you do it.
Yes. To give you instructions. And then watch you do it. So there's no cheating.
They're just staring at
going
you.
on. Staring.
Dude, that's a little weird. But that's a little weird. Dude.
I mean, a little bit, but I think it's going to be great.
You do.
Don't poo-poo our idea here.
I'm not
Rich.
poo-pooing it. I'm just wondering.
Yeah. I mean, that's our only real challenge. But hey, times are changing, Rich. Times are changing.
They are indeed. So, what's this called?
It's called an AI attendant booth. Is what it's called.
Oh, that's pretty.
But we'll come up with something.
Okay. So this is yours.
Yeah, this is our idea.
This is your idea. You
Dan and I
this?
developed this and patented it.
When are you rolling it out?
Late third quarter.
Late third quarter.
Yeah, it's already in development right now.
It's almost ready to go.
Yeah.
Who's going to be the first guinea pig?
I don't know.
Is it going to be you?
Maybe so.
Dan.
Yeah, we'll throw Dan in there.
It's Dan.
He's not here. Obviously, we'll volunteer him.
How do you know that the AI attendant's doing its job properly?
So we have an employee that will be assigned to the booth each day. So that employee will also kind of like be working with the booth, just double checking, maybe a spot check here and there, just to make sure that it's doing its job.
When you say a spot check,
Yeah, spot check.
what do you mean?
Spot check.
What does that mean?
Got to take a little peek and make sure that everything is okay.
So that's a pretty big invasion of privacy.
I mean, not really. You're already gone. The person's already gone at that point, and we have them consent to it, so it's fine.
So they're not spot checking someone actually
Yeah,
taking the test,
yeah. Spot checking the test.
but after the fact.
After the fact, yeah, they're gone. So just make sure that the AI is doing its job. She's got to do her job, right?
I understand that.
Yeah. So you have to have, see, that's what I mean. AI is never going to replace people because we got to make sure that AI, works properly. We don't want AI to be, to make a mistake.
Right.
So we got to spot check it.
All right. So that's what's going on at Blue Ridge Scientific.
That's what we do. We're on the cutting edge.
Invading your personal space.
Hey, easy.
Oh, having a lot of fun today. Obviously, it's April 1st. I'm sure most of you figured that out right now, but we just figured we'd have a little bit of fun here on No Holds Barred on April Fool's Day because...
April Fool's jokes. That's what we do.
You ready?
You're ready.
I don't think I am. I've had to wear the same damn shirt for 3 straight days.
You don't have to do Audrey then. Come on, look on the bright side. I had no clue coming in here that I was going to reference What Does a Fox Say? Ding, 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 ding.
That's the great thing about it is the exact same price. We're probably going to phase out the normal fescue. I shouldn't be saying this now because we won't sell any of the fescue.
No, Mo.
No, I just come to me.
That was great.
I should have given the wrong phone number. Give it to a different Sod Farm. What are you talking about? No Mow Grass.
The cows told me, don't eat me. They were like, be my friend.
Do they have chickens in India? I can't wait.
You're going to love it.
Vegan, vegetarian, Indian food. Yum. They don't have the right to choose what sex they are.
A visitation. No. I mean, your wife would not put a collar around you and say, go in the backyard. She might.
You could be the first AI attended drug booth tested.
I'm going to have to see what Ava looks like.
Yeah, I think you'll like her.
Yeah. All right.
I think you'll like her.
I might be in.
Rich, you're poking holes in our booth here.
Oh my God. Sounds like there are already holes in your booth.
Just peepholes.
Are we done here, please?